Okay. I think that we are live, and you will have to forgive me a little bit because I am back to using StreamYard, and I hope everything is working correctly. I've sort of forgotten how to set up StreamYard, but I think it should be working. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, and the chat is working as it should. Just let me know, okay? Before I get into the matters of this live stream. Okay, seems to work. Okay, I can see yeah, so the chat is working. Can you see me and hear me? Let me know, first of all. Let me know if everything is working. Give me a thumbs up or yes or something like that. Okay, yes, wonderful. Forgive me a little bit here. Okay, yes. It seems to be working just fine. Okay. This is going to be a live stream. Yes, first of all, yeah, I'm sponsored now. Can you see my little joke there on the screen? And the text rolling over the screen? Can you see that? I thought that was very funny. I won't read it, but yeah, no, I'm not really sponsored, but I thought that was very funny. No, not the grumpy one. Under grumpy. Can you see that? It rolls across the screen. It's my childish humor there. So, yeah. No, I'm not really sponsored. It's a bit of a joke there. Just a bit of a joke. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let me get to the point here. I'll do my best. And some people who should be calling 007 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 to get no discount. Those people, they are saying sometimes that I spend a lot of time to get to the point and I talk slowly and so on. I don't care so much about that. I will do this the way I do it, the way I like to do it. And if you want fast talking, sorry to the Americans, but they are normally Americans, fast talking American with his face up in the camera and all that, you will have to go somewhere else. This is not that kind of channel. Also, I'm I'm a middle-aged man now. I have like this, so don't forget my glasses. But these are my book reading glasses. They don't work so well on this distance. And I forgot my other glasses out in the office there. But anyway, yes, let's get to the point. I'm going to talk about the UFO. And actually, as far as we know, it is a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object that they shot down over, was it Alaska or Canada? And by the way, this is not going to be a very important live stream or anything like that. It's just a bit of fun. This is just a bit of fun. And so since it has not been officially identified, it is per definition, what did I say? Unidentified. So it is an UFO, it's an unidentified flying object, or it was, because they shut it down. And it says it had no propulsion. It had a cylindrical shape. And one of these people, the governmental people in the USA, he was asked, is it the aliens? Well, we can't rule that out, he said. So I will go out on a limb here. I will just take a chance here, and I will make this statement. It's not aliens, or it's not aliens from other planets. Okay, that's what I don't think so. You may call me traditionalist, or whatever you like, or naive, or whatever you like, but I don't think that was aliens, actually. Yeah, called me all Mr. Boring sitting there. But still, I think it was some nation, maybe even the USA or Canada itself, um, who had this flying object. Could it be another balloon or something like that? What is that they call it? A blimp up there? Is that is that a? Am I being? Is it very boring to say that? Is it more exciting to say, "Oh, must have been, it could have been aliens from far away in the galaxy"? Yeah, it could have been, Alan. Could have been a private company. Um, and and I will say this: I have talked on my main channel and here as well about the rise of anti-intellectualism. And I don't think, or should I say, I think that when you have people from the government in, was it the USA, standing there saying that we can't rule out that it was aliens from other planets, um, maybe the schooling system hasn't really done its job, because I'm pretty sure that astrophysicists and people who know what they're talking about concerning the universe and things like that, they're kind of doing like this. Oh, oh, switch off the television. I can't watch this. That's what they're saying. Now, you know, I guess, are there intelligent life on other planets? I guess that's an interesting question. But going from those planets to this planet is kind of difficult because it's very far. It's very, very far away. Maybe there are some life forms out there who can go through wormholes and stuff. I've seen this in the movies, so I'm an expert now. Yeah, but I don't know. But if you can't stand there, if you get paid by the government, and if you can't stand there and say that, well, we do not think that this was aliens from strange planets. If you can't say that, then maybe you should not have that job. It's just, I know it must be very exciting to say, oh, we don't know what it was. Could have been aliens, like in movies. But I think the answer is much more obvious and much more boring. Uh, Spy balloon, something like that. Um, my peep says, It's a USFO, unidentified Chinese flying object. Um, yeah, okay. Gary is saying, I'll just a sidetrack here. So, comment on Norway helping the US take down Nord Stream. Um, Lots of people want me to talk about that. How can I do that? I mean, I don't know. Neither do you. We can guess, but I don't think we should guess if we have. I mean, I don't know. How can I know? How could I know? So no, I'm probably not going to talk about that unless I get hold of some reliable, proper information concerning that. And if you see, and I'll just say this, if you see some typical prepper channels or these green screen so-called news channels, alternative news, sitting there in their little suit with a green screen behind them, you know which channels I'm talking about, and they're saying, oh, Norway was in on this, and this is what happened. We have information. No, 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 they don't. Because if that's what happened, people involved there would not be giving that information to some YouTuber. I'm sorry, that is not how it works. And I think if we think a little bit about this, we all understand that no, there is no intel to be had if you're a YouTuber with someone. That's not good enough. So no, I can't. I can't comment on that because how would I know? I don't. So I would rather be honest with you guys. I think we all should be honest. Um, yeah, you know, um, I will urge you all to apply some critical thinking. Not knowing and saying that we don't know is a much better option than cherry picking something that fits what you want to believe. Just please, you know. Okay. Um, Joel, the Bible says the earth is about 6,000 years old. The Chinese have about 6,700 years of written history. Scientists figure about 4.6 billion years old. Who's right? Hmm. I think it's kind of maybe the scientists. Is that a good guess? Okay. Um, hmm. Yeah, well, okay. Um, okay. Are we getting into the Jesus talk? Are we doing that? Are we back to that? Are we back to that here on this channel? Because I don't want that. And I can promise you the following. If I get that problem again, I won't bother. I really don't want to waste my time with nonsense like that. And I'm going to take a month off because I'm so effing sick and tired of you morons, actually. So go away. It's not for you. And uh, I think, yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you guys. I'm just checking now if I have some words that gets you kicked out, or not kicked out, but your message won't show. Yeah, Joe, no, nothing wrong with religion. We can talk about Åsatru all day long, but I don't think that's what you want. Are we really there again? Hmm. Am I the Antichrist again? Are we there? Joe, yes, I have tried ignoring them. What they do is they send me letters, and some people call me at night. And now, yeah, I know I shouldn't feed the trolls, but you see, you really don't know how bad it can be, you know. Um, yeah, I think we need a regime with moderators here, and that takes a bit of planning. I just thought we could have a bit of fun with this UFO alien thing, but you come here and call me things. And that's not what I want to spend time on, you know. Yeah, I'm trying to change subject all the time, but they just keep at it. Uh, okay. Okay, so if you're so thick in the head that you can't understand that this is not for you, and you want to come here with the Jesus talk, the Bible talk, and all that nonsense, I mean, we will kick you out, and you will not be seeing these live streams. Okay, so okay, um, yeah, I know. Don't give them attention and so on. Yeah, I know it's a well-meant advice, but sadly, that's not how it works. Um, it just isn't. I've tried that for months. Okay. So again, let's put on a smile and um, talk about these balloons because that's what they are. I mean, it's obvious. I don't know how they spy on other nations, but I am pretty sure that all nations with some resources they spy on other nations. The USA is spying on other nations. Russia is spying on other nations. China is spying on other nations. Norway is spying on other nations, and so on and so on. And I thought actually that they would do that using satellites. Why would they need balloons? Because these satellites, again, I've seen this in the movies, the Hollywood movies, and they can, what they do is they zoom in on things, on details on the ground, and it's very blurry. But then the hero or the detective, or they go, oh, let's see that image, and it all suddenly gets very sharp and crisp. I can't do that with my cameras. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So it's all very strange to me. But I still I thought it was they would use the satellites, but now apparently they are sending balloons. So Xi Jinping fills up the balloons with his hot gas, and they drift across other nations and taking photos. And Biden Biden is filling up his balloons with his gas, and they are also drifting across other nations. So there's a lot of gas involved here. It's a stinky business. But I don't know. Maybe they need the balloons as well as the satellites and the people on the ground, like the spies. Again, I've seen this in the movies, in the Hollywood movies, so I'm a bit of an expert actually. And and they deny it. They deny it, you know. So I honestly don't know what this. Yeah. uh, yes, I honestly don't know why they're doing this, but how would I know? I'm not in that business, luckily. Um, I'm sure that they have their reasons. But it is amazing to me that in this year, 2023, you have people from the government in the USA standing there saying that they can't rule out that it was aliens that they shot down there. Um, yeah. So I don't know. The big question here is, of course, are they saying that just to create a lot of fuss about the whole thing, or do they really think that it could have been aliens from other planets? I don't know. I would have said that they're just saying that because they want to create a lot of fuss about this, and some people are saying that, well, they are it's like they oh, look at this hand here, so you won't see what I'm doing with this hand. But I don't know. I think this whole thing works in a much more organic way, and it's not really that planned. That's what I personally think. Could be wrong, but also maybe they really think it's aliens. So um let's see here. Let's scroll down. Um, yeah, also, if it, like Luke and Mom says, if it was really aliens, they would strongly deny it all. Yes. And I think if it was aliens, that would mean like everything would change because I guess they would get access to technology that we haven't seen before. And I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is a distraction. I don't think so. I don't think they care so much about that. And I don't think it works. I don't think the government in any country, except countries maybe like China, like where things are very much more from top down, I don't think it's that streamlined, if you know what I mean. Um, and they control the press pretty much. So why would they need to do that? They can just create or spin the what's the word? Well, they have their narrative and they can just keep going with that. Double Thumb says it's a distraction from Nord Stream pipeline. I don't think so, actually, because I think most people don't care so much about that. Yeah, a lot of people. True Metal Jake says Norway was involved in the destruction of Nord Stream. Maybe, maybe not. So far, I haven't seen any reliable proof of that. Does that mean that I'm telling you that Norway was not involved? No, because I don't know. We don't know. We can think that we have an educated opinion about it, but so far I haven't seen any proof. Someone did it. Someone did it. Marian says Norway Norway is involved. No, Marion says Norway is not involved. Double Thumb says Norway is involved. It really makes no sense to just make statements like that because it's just your opinion, right? That's, it's your opinion. And I would say that if you have proof behind that statement, make a YouTube video or a video on some other platform and present your proof. So, Modern Viking Norway says, I did it. Yeah. Do we have flat earthers here again? It's moving very fast now. But it's only 500 something people in the live stream, watching this right now. You don't need proof of that? Yeah, I think I do actually. I like to have proof before I make a statement. Otherwise, it's just my opinion. Big Dog is making a statement here. He says the earth is round. I think it's okay to make that statement without presenting proof at this point. I think I think that I think that's okay. Yeah. So let's see here. Now, I don't know what's next. I think there's a lot of. Okay, so what I think is that media they need to make money. We all need to make money, and when a newspaper or an online site they sell ads and they need headlines, so they will probably, if they are handed a ball and it says the aliens were shot down, maybe over Canada, or was it Alaska, that's their headline. It's like someone in their office there in newspaper stands up, I have the headline, aliens. So that's pretty much how it works, and that's probably how it's going to be. And why is it like that? Well, because we are talking about it now, we are giving it attention. It's a silly statement. Aliens could have, maybe it was the aliens. It's just a silly thing, but we are giving it attention because it's more fun or exciting than it could have been a weather balloon. It could have been a spy balloon, another spy balloon from China or Russia. And they're saying that it was not a round shape now. It was octagonal. Is that the word? Something like that. And I guess that could be made like a floating gas-filled device. Lots of gas. After Joe Biden got into office, there's been a lot of gas issues, I will say. So yeah, so that's how it works, and it's just how it is. I don't know what will be the next thing, and it really is not that serious. I will say it's not that serious. and we can talk about it and laugh a little bit. And it's good. I think it's good that we do that because there are other things happening in the world, like the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. It's just tragic. It's just horrible. So maybe it's not so much a distraction. Maybe it's people needing something that is more fun and, if you will, harmless in comparison to that. So they direct their attention to that instead. I don't know. Um, okay. Next thing is gate opening to hell. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably have uh, a position there ready for me already, according to some of the Christians here. So I don't know if maybe they'll give me one of these pitchforks, and I'll be shoving people into the blazing fire. All the sinners, you know, all the horrible sinners. Yeah. Um, so okay. Are we back to the Christian mythology back? Yeah, Sølvfox says there are so many Christian channels. They can go there to discuss their myth. Absolutely, absolutely. It's not like Christian people are not welcome here. Of course, you're all welcome, but this is not the place for that kind of talk. You know. So let me just take a look here at the chat before I close this live stream. Marion says, if you're going to hell, I'll be right there with you. Yeah, I'm not very worried about that. I do not believe in hell. Call me a what you will, but I do not believe in that thing. It's a mythology that is not, yeah. Um, and let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just scrolling up here to see if there are some. I hope super chats will show here. Let me see if there are. I don't think there were any super chats. I tried to reply to those. Yeah, I hope I go to Valhalla. That would be awesome. Yeah, I saw a comment on my video on Saturday on my main channel where I'm calling for a ceasefire in Ukraine, which I think is a very sensible thing to say. Um, but in this crazy world, that has become very controversial to say that. Um, but someone said there that I'm um, I'm a Viking LARPer because I need to die in battle to go to Valhalla. Oh, all these people. Yeah. So yeah, it's like this image of what they would call Viking mythology. It's very naive. It's very based on movies and modern movies and things like that. And I think that it's the person who wrote that thought that he was very smart, being very smart. It's obviously a very childish perception of also true, but you know, it's just a very tragic thing, and I can think of nothing more cowardly than sending other people to fight for you, which is what they are doing. So, and by the way, I was asked if Odin is back on the bookshelf. Let's see. No, I'll have to do like this. There he is. So yes, but my head has been like in front, but he is back on the bookshelf. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yes, it's a bit of a joke there that I'm not really sponsored. I thought it was fun, but I can change my. I have another one. Let's see. Here's another ticker moving past there. Buy my boxes of stuff and things. That's the clickbait prepper who did a brief live stream here some time ago, actually. Yeah, but the one I use is this one. You have my website there. On my website, you will find links to resources, articles, and things like that. Some people find it very difficult to click an extra time to find the accompanying blog post to my videos. Also, I have a Patreon and an Instagram, and yeah, Patreon costs money, of course, but it's I have to eat. So let's see here. Um, let's see. Hi there, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, war is mass murder, and here's my opinion on this. And if you force people to go to war, that should be considered a crime. What's happening in Ukraine, and this was the first thing that made me react, was that, as far as I know, males, like men, are not allowed to leave the country. Why is that? Because they have to stay there to fight. When they are drafted, they are sent to fight. And I view that as a crime. And you could say, well, yes, it's because this, it's because that. Still, it's a crime, because I believe that the state cannot own its citizens. That's my opinion. And some people, are they listed at 16 now? Or was it 16 from the start? Yeah. It's it very often it is sensible to try to look into the future and imagine how we will be perceived by people in the future. Like, let's say 50 years from now. Will the image of the war in Ukraine be the same as what we are seeing in mainstream media now? Or will it be more balanced? I'll let you answer that one for yourself. So, yeah, Katie says, I would never let them take my 16-year-old son. They can take me, but never my children. They might regret that, though. Well said. Um, yeah, and also this narrative that we are seeing in mainstream media here in Norway and probably in other countries as well, that uh, Russia is not doing so great. Um, and it's like when the West take back a village, it's like a big thing in mainstream media. But when you look at the whole picture, it really doesn't it fit the picture, does it? Because Russia has been successful in taking huge parts of eastern Ukraine. It doesn't seem like they are, nothing suggesting that they are being driven out of those areas, as far as I know. And we can have opinions, and lots of people have opinions about who's right, who's wrong. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Those people who had their son killed, Russians or Ukrainians or those people, they don't care so much about that, I think. So yeah, this was going to, I wanted this to be a fun live stream, but so yeah. um, so yeah, let's just end the live stream with that. And I just saw a question here. Yeah, good point here from Olsen. I take that you are Norwegian. Yeah, you're writing the verneplikt draft. Will they take our daughters too? Yes, I think they will. Maybe not first, but in Norway, they made this foolish decision to include women in the draft. I think it's shameful that we do have draft in Norway. Again, I believe that the state does not own you, and saying that you have to serve in the military for a year is wrong. That's the state should never have that much power over individuals. So it's a real problem. It's a big problem. And now also, of course, uh, there was this. It appeared that in the military, a lot of these girls were harassed, are being harassed, sexually. Um, maybe not abused as far as I know, but there were people, officers taking photos of them in the shower and things like that. And also one case where they had one of these girls to strip down and take off all her clothes in front of everyone. Things like that. It's truly horrible. And, you know, it took the people in charge of the armed forces in Norway a long time to admit these things. So it's just disgusting. Yeah, Nikita, if I can recommend some books, yeah, well, you are reminding me that I should add more books to my recommended, my reading list. I have on my website, and you can see the address to my website here on there, Bull-Hansen.com. There's a list there of some of the books that I'm reading or that I have read. It's just a tiny bit of all the books that I have read, of course. But you can go there and have a look. So yeah, I should add more books there, of course. My next book will be my next the book that is on my I have a place over there in the living room where I usually sit when I read, and it's about I can't remember the author now. Stalin's how Stalin went into Ukraine and had a lot of people killed there. So it's a bit gloomy, but it's part of history, part of the background, I think, for what's happening now. So that's the next one. Yeah, I think should I go and get it? I'll go and get it. Yeah, this one, it's in Norwegian. Red starvation, red famine must be. I think red famine. Now, have you any of you read it? I haven't. I have not read it, so I don't know if it's good or not. But it's yeah. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. Have any of you read this book? Let's see here. I'm just yeah. The back cover is in Norwegian, and I can't really. I'll give you a. Yeah, so the same author has written Gulag and the Iron Curtain. In 1929, Stalin started the collectivization of agriculture, which that was when they took the farms from people, right? Because you were not allowed to own anything. Communism, you know. 5 million people starved to death between 1931 and 1933. And here's one thing that we should keep in mind. At some point, the conflict in Ukraine the armed conflict will be over. Um, oh, Professor, thanks a lot. What's your take on Jordan Peterson and his books? I haven't read them actually, but thanks for the donation. I was saying at some point the armed conflict will be over, but what's could happen after that is that a lot more people could die, because you could have things like this happening, when people starve to death because they're driven out of their homes and not allowed to farm, and who knows? I mean, Russia has this horrible history of people getting killed there. So I don't know anything about the author. This is the book is like, oops, here you can see I haven't opened it. Well, is she part of American extremists? Yeah, but as I said, I haven't read it. But it's like, it's important to read books that you find. Now, how should I phrase this? It's important to go actively out there and find books, and some of them will not be good. Some of them will be great. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Book about Joe Biden is only 5 pages. Let's see here. Well, yeah, Jordan Peterson, I think it's very obvious that he's been through some difficult times. And he claims to be a Christian. But I think that if you go into the matter there, well, anyone can say that they're Christians now, but is he really? But yeah, I disagree with Jordan Peterson on some of what he's saying, and maybe it's a bit like the way he's saying it comes across as a little bit off. Yeah. So I haven't really been attentive when it comes to Jordan Peterson for a long time. His first book was published here in Norway, the translation, on the same publishing house as my books. So I know about that book. I haven't read it though. So, okay, let's end this live stream now. I will see if I will have a check, with StreamYard and all that, and see if it. I suspect that something happened there that let all the Bible thumpers in at some point, I think. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I was just, Michael, talking about the UFOs. Yeah. Um, yeah, Wolf Odin, have a wonderful day. And let's see if I can figure out how to end the broadcast. That must be it. Okay. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.